Hello, I'm TheTwitGamer, and we're going to be doing a Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, which is the new bit of extra story that has been added in Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which we have just recently finished. Now, unlike there, where I knew the story, I understood what the story was about, where it was going, all that type of stuff, this, completely blind, no idea, so no spoilers whatsoever, please, because I do not know what is coming my way, and that's exciting. Very, very exciting. And obviously, let's get the housekeeping out the way. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do. You can find me there. Just search TheTwitGamer or check the link down in the description. So, let's check the options, make sure the volume levels are correct. Same as the main game. Yep, everything seems dandy and fine there, so let's head off into a new game, everyone.
That symbol. Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny! All that I am is fading. The memory of a god's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
What were you looking at? The sea?
I wasn't looking at anything in particular. If anything, Fiora, I was thinking about the future that awaits us all.
One year later.
There it is.
Melia, we're in sight of Alchemar.
All right, I'm on my way.
So nice to have a new area. So many places to explore, so many things to see. Reminds me of the start of Xenoblade Chronicles X. What's the city doing here, though? That's the question. Bionis Shoulder.
Phew. Guess we're still in one piece.
Quite. What in the world was that?
It happened so quickly that I didn't get a good look myself. I saw some flickering around the capital. Then suddenly, a black beam.
A black beam? Some new defensive measure, perhaps. The junks. Can it fly?
Some components sustained heavy damage. It won't budge until we can swap them out.
Right.
It's fine. They're not particularly rare parts. They'll have them in Alchemoth.
You make it sound very simple. Remember, we are still very much in the dark here.
Good thing I came prepared. We'll probably be needing this.
Sister Bon, watch out on right! I take care of it. Kino handle left side. Gotcha!
Those voices.
Are those? It's Kino and Nene. What are they doing here?
Shulk, we must help them.
Of course.
Gameplay differences. There's also voice acting differences that I will talk about. Some elements of this new adventure are very different from the adventure so far. The most major points will be introduced on the following pages. Alright then. The party gauge. As you progress through the adventure, instead of chain attacks, oh but I love chain attacks, you will unlock an all-new system, performing all-out attacks. Fine. You will still require a segment of the gauge to revive or analyze. Okay. Visions. In the new adventure, Shulk has lost his power to see visions. Well, yeah, the future was meant to be untold, etc. This calls for more caution than before when it comes to your enemy's most powerful attacks. Some allies will battle in ways not present before. The skill tree system has been removed. What? And there are future changes, so keep an eye out for them as you play. Junks! But yes, in terms of, like, the differences in the voice acting, it feels to me two things have come into play. Because, like, the voices are slightly different, but that's to be expected because of 10 years difference. And I'd imagine, because I know how, like, dubbing and voice acting works, you know, taking a voice actor, you kind of get to learn these things. It was probably a case of these were recorded at home in booths and stuff like that, not at a studio because of the coronavirus situation. And that may have an effect on the sound levels and certain cadences and stuff like that. It's that issue could come into effect, basically. Anyway, I want to actually see if I can change her, because I want to stay as Shulk at least. Not because I don't like Melia, it's just I like Shulk's way of playing. That's what I'm used to, is what they played the entire game as, so. Let's go save these NOPON though. I really have to swim. It makes sense that Shulk has managed to create a new blade though. A new Monado. Because they've got the technology to create new Monados, we know that. But also at the same time, he was researching the Monado at the beginning of the main game. So he would have some understanding of it.
Who next in line to get face full of mild down? Anyone so much as breathe this way, rifle of Kino go blam or blam!
Kino, Nene, are you hurt?
Let us help too.
Miss Melia, Mr. Shulk! How very welcome. More is always merrier.
I'm hoping this actually explains some details about certain things from the main game that I've always had in the back of my head. Just that sense of what happened to Colony 6? We don't know. Based on what we saw, we just don't know. We're level 60, okay, so let's have a look at our equipment here. Do we have any other gems? We do not. Husk shooter. Oh, we can change the appearance. Can I change the appearance? Oh, there we go. Because I was on the gems. I'm assuming it's just the... Oh, hello. Yeah, I like what you've got there, the intrepid style. Can I change anything here? Do I have everything from the main game, or...? I can change his appearance if I want. Monado style 1. Ooh. I don't like the hood. I do not like the hood. Just, no. No. Anything else? Arts, let's see what we've got here. Pretty much everything that we had before. From the looks of it. Everything's set up the same as before? No, so that's something I've got to sort out. Alright, so everything should roughly be the same. Switched over to both the NOPONs, because one's a healer, and one's a tank, which is like, well, I like the Trinity in these games, so just need you to figure out how to get the aggro, though. It's going to be something that changes over time, but it's working from the looks of it. Have to build you up a bit like I did Dunban over time.
Kino had great follow-up to that.
I mean, I want to spend time with these two guys anyway, just because of the fact, like, these are new characters. I'd like to learn more about them over Melia, because I know more about Melia, so these are the new characters. It's interesting, you know.
Big sis, we did it! Job is good one, Kino.
That was amazing, you two. It was like seeing Ryan and Sharla fighting together again.
Just so. Fitting. For children of here upon Riki's household. No injuries, Kino?
Nene, very, very sorry. Kino, not so good with strangers.
Oh, really? Most interesting.
Please do not take personally.
If we stay here, there is a risk of another attack. We should move to a safer location.
Very well. Is this acceptable?
Plenty acceptable.
Right. Let's go.
Oh, that's adorable. Riki's children.
This place looks promising. We can take a break here.
So tell us, what were you two doing out there? Rather, how did you even get here at all?
About that.
Melia, I think these two must have come on the junks.
What? Are you quite sure, Shulk?
When you consider their relative positions, I think it's quite credible.
The capital, on the Bionis Shoulder.
So...
Ah. So that is where the junks comes in, then. I appreciate it. But... even though we won peace with Zanz's defeat, the rebuilding continues. Much remains to be done.
I realize that. And I also know that you've been putting in every effort.
So why then?
If the capital is on the shoulder, there are people there. I thought you'd want to go.
Shulk. That's...
We could be there and back in less than half a day.
Mama? Me. Kino, may be better to explain. Mama, we're just on a little strolly stroll when we suddenly hear voices. Now, Kino. Nene watched Kino with eyes of Rogel. Kino, follow Mr. Shulk from behind and do some sneak peekings. Mama, Sister Pon followed Kino and sneak peek on too. Meh.
So you stowed away like I thought. But what for?
Kino always look up to Dedapon, want to become mighty Heropon too.
I'm certain Riki would be most proud. But how did that lead to you boarding our vessel?
He see opportunity to help people who in trouble. That way, can become friends with people everywhere. Mighty Heropon make friends with every toe step. Or so Dedapon say, at least.
I see. That does explain things.
Many, many sorries. It's not fault of Sister Pon. He's not scored Nene. Fault is of Kino only. Kino. Sincere sorries. Kino wanted to repay debt. Dedapon and Momopon take Kino in when Kino all alone.
You were alone?
Is truth. One day, out of blue, Dedapon bring Kino home. Said, here is Brotherpon. That day, nobody make comment. Everyone except Kino. Kino, more happy than could say. That why. That way want to become Heropon and repay debt to family. Kino really sorry.
Kino, you do your family honor. Yours is a most noble sentiment. I am utterly certain that Riki and Oka are proud of you too.
Actually, Melia and I are in a bit of trouble right now. We could use the help.
For really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, if Kino must. You really twist wing. But fine, we'll allow to be sidekicks of Kino. Kino? Wrong word. Supposed to say friends.
It runs in the family.
So, we'll be heading for the capital to find parts for the junks.
Yes, about that.
Hmm?
It's a bit of a hike, but could we check out that cape?
Explain.
I'm a bit concerned. What you said about defensive measures.
You fear we may come under fire again. Is that it?
Yeah.
It is true. Caution frequently pays off in the long run. The cape it is.
Great. It's settled.
Legend of Heropon Kino! It all starts here! Mahey!
I love those two. I love them so much. They are staying in my group. Yeah, Event Theater. We know. They are staying in my group as much as they can. I love those guys. What's those smiley faces on the map? I see smiley faces. I don't know. It's all new again, so it's like, wait, what? Buddy! Level 63.
Dream Edge!
I'm hoping I can get rid of this aggro. Like, it's that case of like, gotta get used to the slightly altered battle systems and stuff. Yogurt stance? What? Yogurt stance? That's not a stance. That's not... You can't... What? God, I love these guys. I love them so much. They're so adorable. Nothing could have filled me with more joy than a sort of like Torna kind of situation. But with NOPON. It's NOPON. It's NOPON. Oh, that's not good. We got toppled.
Improvising.
Better be good at improvising, because Jesus. Get up.
That was a close one.
If friends need rest, treatment of Kino is second to none.
It means that I was going to say, is the camera far out there? So I can zoom in and out. Like, ooh. You won't attack us. Okay, so is this the new heart-to-heart system or something? A quiet moment? Get to know each other in the quiet moments. Investigate a icon to corresponding quiet moment. If you do not already meet the conditions for viewing a given scene, feel free to come back to it when you do. Okay, so it is the same, essentially. It is heart to hearts, isn't it? Wrong menu. Still doing that here now. Let's put Melia in. A love for flowers.
These flowers, don't they smell heavenly?
Miss Melia is big fan of flowers?
Yes, because of my mother. When I was young, she often asked for my help with the villa's flower beds. How about you, Nene?
Nene also loves flowers very much.
I see. Then we have something in common. Before, when I spoke of them to a Hom's friend, she said flowers are nice, but nothing beats a warm dinner. I got no understanding from her. Finally, fate sent me someone I can communicate with.
What Miss Melia say about dinner?
Oh, just talking to myself. The dinner part wasn't really relevant.
But Nene big fan of dinner too. Most of all, pollen orbs from factory in Frontier Village. They so very soft and so yummy scrummy.
Look, that's not... Hold on.
Meme?
When you said you love flowers, did you mean as a foodstuff?
Meh? There is meaning other than?
I should have known. You're one of them. Nene, listen. Flowers are not simply special because they can be eaten. We can admire their beauty, or use them to create ornaments and works of art. And that is a great part of their charm.
Ornaments. Meme! Oh yes, Nene remember. Long ago, Dedapon make Mamapon flower crown for Giver's gift.
Riki did that. That NOPON has hidden depths. In any case, I would like it if you also had an interest in inedible flowers. If you did, then you too, just like your mother in her own day, may know the joy she felt.
Okay, the next time Nene find flowers that cannot eat, Nene will make pretty flower crown for Miss Melia.
Huh?
To eyes and Nene, Miss Melia look most bestest in blue. What think?
While I appreciate the offer greatly, weren't you originally of the regarding flowers as food persuasion?
Meh? If you make pollen orbs from not eatable flowers, they bitter and not tasty.
Yes, a fair point. It is just as you say. So NOPON see different but equal value in flowers depending on whether they're edible. Maybe it was foolish in the first place to try and choose only one while discounting the other. Well then, I will humbly accept the sign of your affection.
Nene, roger that.
And yet, why do it for me? And won't Kino and Shulk feel left out?
There is very good reason. Nene just want to see smiling face of Miss Melia, bright as sun rays.
Oh my.
Meme? Something wrong? Nene, not say anything weird?
No, not at all. It was just how sincerely you said it. I should take a leaf out of your book.
Meh?
Precious Nene, I look forward to the gift.
Nene, pull out all stops.
Although, I would feel a bit awkward were I the only one to wear one. Why don't we make them together and exchange them afterwards?
Meme? That sound wonder marvelicious. Is deal. No, in fact, is unbreakable promise.
Yes, naturally.
Yeah, it's definitely the sense I'm getting from the voice acting is... It feels like in the main game they were recorded in a studio. And this is like they're recorded at home, at a desk. And they've tried to do the best they can. They've done a fantastic job if that's the case. It's just... it's got certain cadences, because obviously I work with audio and stuff myself because of the Let's Plays and stuff, and it's got that feeling to it of certain things are set up certain ways, certain wavelengths are missing and all that type of stuff. Because for me, I've got wavelengths missing in my audio right now. Yeah, I know. This is not exactly how my voice sounds. I see a red dot over there and I'm going for it. A rainbow carrot. Oh, how lovely. So yeah, it's that sort of thing of like, it feels like the voice acting is slightly off. Again, because of probably the coronavirus situation where it's like, they were probably in lockdown here in the UK at the time and they could not get to a recording studio. You would not want to go to a recording studio when there's a pandemic happening, let's put it like that, especially if you're a voice actor. Because you don't want to damage your lungs if you're a voice actor. Like, trust me, the scare that's going around within the voice actor community, it's palpable. It's the best way of putting it, it's very palpable. They're not talking about it, but you can sense it if you know them. Let's put it like that. Why can I not? Why can I not? You need a special tool in order to mine here? Huh, oh, it's high end here. Hello?
Many bird people here.
Are there really only high Entia living here?
Oh there, strangers.
Oh, hello.
I see. You've had a rough time of it. However, I suggest you steer clear of Alchemoth. Even if you do somehow get there in one piece, don't expect the transporters to be running.
Oh? Why's that?
The thing that shot at you was no defense platform. It was a monster we've taken to calling the Fog King.
The Fog King?
Yeah. Suddenly showed up in Alchemoth a few months back.
From what I gather, you're from the Imperial Guard. Are the swords you carry just for show?
Taking a sword to it is folly. It laughs at our attacks. It's like hacking at smoke. Blows pass clean through it.
Must be Ghost. Ghost not shoot beams, dum-dum.
So that's why you call it the Fog King?
We fought in defense of our home. We were ready to die, and many of us did. But in the end, it won us nothing at all. The Fog King's attacks tore into us hard. Eventually, we gathered the High Entia and anyone else we found, and gave up the capital, so that we might live.
How awful.
My grieving heart belongs there. Our heartland, our capital. Yet I cannot even mourn it.
Maxis,
Huh? Yes?
please, you have to tell us how to get inside.
Shulk, be serious.
Boy, are you hard of hearing?
I heard you.
Then you should know better.
No matter the situation, we have to go. If I fix the junks, we can all leave this place. Then, once we're in Colony 9, we can make plans to retake Alchemoth.
No point.
Why not?
Shulk, do you think we took all that lying down?
Huh?
We're not stupid, you know. We did all we could. It's true. I want to go home. But that's a dream that won't come to pass, and it already cost too many lives.
Maxis.
I understand where you're coming from. Still, I have to be blunt with you. Let it go.
Explain that you fell to God. That'll convince him.
Now what?
Judging from the speech, I can't see us convincing him.
So this means we're stuck here?
Quite a predicament, Empress Melia.
I don't trust the color of his clothes.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
I humbly beg your pardon. Gelgar, at your Majesty's service. Formerly of the Personal Protection Division of the Alchemoth Guard Regiment.
Is that so? Then the pardon is mine to beg, Sir Gelgar. And please, dispense with the Majesty.
Perish the thought, your Majesty. The recent war has rid us of the wicked purebloods. A new age dawns, and we half-breeds are chosen for its caretakers. With you, Lady Melia, as our shining paragon, I cannot but address you as Majesty.
I have no patience for wheedling. Especially from knaves who spit on their ancestors.
I would never dream of doing such. I merely spoke plain truth, no more.
As you wish. But the Majesty address is burdensome to me.
If you absolutely insist. Until you deign to acquiesce, Lady Melia will have to suffice.
So kind, Sir Gelgar.
Make no mention of it, Lady Melia.
Sir Gelgar, we really need to get to Alchemoth, no matter what.
Ah yes, I have heard your exchange with Maxis. Hindering the Empress's triumph. A narrow-minded fool, if ever there was one. To begin the authentication process, one must raise their hand to the transporter. The device is configured in such a way that only some of the High-Entier in this land and the Imperial family may pass. Hence, Lady Melia should not have the slightest issue activating it.
A similar mechanism to the tombs, then?
That's our ticket into Alchemoth.
Yes.
Tasty news! Friend Gelgar is good friends! Kind thanks, Birdmister.
Not at all. I am but a humble servant in Lady Melia's employ. If it not displease my ladyship too grossly, may I offer you my companionship on your journey? I have a modicum of skill with the blade. Please rest assured.
I appreciate the offer, but must refuse. We do not lack for strength.
Indeed. A great shame. Should the need arise, I shall remain ready to serve.
Certainly. By the way, Sir Gelgar, this outpost appears to consist of naught but soldiers. Where might all the other refugees reside?
They dwell beyond the Grandel ramparts, which lie below this point.
They live at a remove from you, then?
Yes, because of the Machina who live there.
What do you mean?
Might you have forgotten? When the war broke out, it was the Machina's treachery that lit the fuse. Were it not for them, we needn't have lost our brethren and our home.
You couldn't stand the Machina and thus moved away?
Precisely.
But the war is concluded, Sir Gelgar.
Some simply cannot let go so easily.
Melia, shall we go see for ourselves?
Ah, yes. Very well. Sir Gelgar, we will take our leave of you now.
Do please take care of yourselves. You'll find passage to the capital through the Cragmore Caverns.
Sir Gelgar, thanks for this.
See you friend later. Please to be extra careful of self.
The same to you all.
Okay, so two things from that. One, clearly he's going to be an antagonist. I won't say the antagonist, he's going to be a antagonist. It's just something about him and the way he's dressed. That's usually a key indicator if someone's going to be an antagonist. And two, you can sort of hear what I mean with some of the limited options and some of the wavelengths missing. Because if you have to try and correct stuff, sometimes it can result in a voice coming out as sounding like it has a lisp when it does not. If you listen to some of Melia's lines in that scene, it sounds like she's got a lisp. That means they've had to drop out some wavelengths. It could be a simple case of a car went past when they were recording, because maybe she doesn't have a sound booth or anything like that, so a car went past, and they tried to recover it best they could, but it resulted in a lisp. It's that sort of deal kind of thing. So it's sort of like, I think we can give it a pass because of because of the world situation, because of the coronavirus. That's what I feel has happened here. If anything, it's like it's taken a dip from the main game's recording levels because of the world situation. I believe they would have got a proper studio and stuff like that had they been able to, but they couldn't. There was UK laws in place. Anyway, visiting the shops, I imagine it's the same. Accepting quests, I imagine it's the same. Ranella, let's have a look.
Hey.
Hello there. How would you feel about assisting me in my research? Come now. Don't make those faces, it's an easy task, I swear. I'll take the grimace as a happy mom, shall I? See, I have developed this tool for exploiting ether deposits. A common ether pick, if you will. And I'll like you to test it out. I'm still looking uncertain. Struck dumb by my apparent genius. Oh, of course. We're used to being able to mine ether deposits on the Bionis with run-of-the-mill tools, aren't you? Oh, that won't work here on Bionis' shoulder. The deposits are too dense. You need a specialized implement, i.e. this. Previous iterations of the ether pick were pretty heavy machinery, though, requiring training and a license to operate. As you got through the rigmarole, I looked into developing one that even lay people like you could use right from the off. If you prove me right, I'll even let you keep it once you're done. How about it? Oh, fair enough. Oh, you'll do it. Oh, that's just grand. See, I made the thing. So it wouldn't mean anything if I only tested it myself. Thanks. I used to have an assistant helping me, but they seemed dissatisfied for some reason and ran off before I knew it. Oh dear. Just mosey on up to an ether deposit. Oh, I don't know where one is, so gotta find one first. Heft the common ether pick and use it to give the deposit a good whack. Do let me know how you get on. No problem, leave it to me. According to Caranel, I just heft the pick and give the ether deposit a good whack. Alright, let's see what the common ether pick can do for us. Huh. Was that supposed to happen? Ew. Maybe it's malfunctioned? We should let Carnella know about this. Where's Carnella? Oh, hello.
Hey.
Thanks for that. I have to say, I didn't expect it to break so easily, though. Alright, give it here for a minute. Triple dot. I see. So the problem is durability. Alright. Due to the higher ether density on the Bionis Shoulder, seems it crystallizes into a form that's perfect for gems. Just reinforcing the pick isn't likely to improve the yield in practice. Thank you all. This has been a valuable learning opportunity. I feel like I can take my research to the next level now. I did want you to have the common ether pick as thanks, but now that it's broken, it won't really do, will it? Well, that's too bad. I'll just have to give you the old retail model instead. Like I said, it's got kinks, so it requires a trained hand, but it's better than nothing, right? You should be able to use it to harvest decently high purity gems from all around the shoulder. Saves you time crafting. So it's just straight up, we can just absorb gems. We'll give it a whack. Obtaining gems, so yeah, we get the idea. We can power it up, okay. I got HP up. Is it just a HP up 3 Node. Oh no, damage heal. Okay. I mean, we'll shove HP up here. Rex everything. Just Rex. Developed along with Monado Rex. Oh yeah. Clever. Monado Replica EX. Monado Rex. It's like, Clever. Huh? Need something? If you do, well, I'm busy. Can't it wait? No, wait, I spoke too soon. Actually, I would like to ask you to perform some tasks for me. I would not normally reach out to strangers such as yourselves, but there's a limit to what I can achieve myself. I've received requests from assistance from some of the younger companions, and I'd like you to resolve their issues. It should not prove too difficult, yet the volume of work was high, so I was feeling quite harried. Could you go into more detail? Nene admit Nene also curious. And how about we ask them together? First, Gunith's request, which pertains to gathering plump wild grass. It has gotten rarer lately, hence the task of picking it is more taxing than it once was. Second, Falad's job of winnowing the praying caterpillar population. These in turn grew more and more numerous until their numbers needed culling. Thirdly, the request from Loban was tasked with handling a number of noble brogs. Those critters have also been breeding too much for our liking, and need a little population control. Gather 5 lots of plump wild grass. We get it. I'd be grateful if you could undertake those 3 jobs for me. If it's not too much to ask, of course. Alright, we'll get them done. Very good then. I shall let you get the details of each mission from the concerned parties. No problem, leave it to me.
Huh?
Ah, you again. I've heard back from Gwyneth and the rest. I'm glad their issue will resolve. While I have your ear, here's something I realized earlier. It's quite possible that the caterpillars gathered to eat the plump wildgrass and the brogs to eat the caterpillars. Would explain why they were all together. Seeing as how you've taken out the caterpillars and brogs, the wildgrass might come back sometime soon. I'll have some food shortages to grapple with until then, but that is my problem. Luckily for everyone, then that you've won me some breathing room here, eh? I'm glad everything worked out as far as we know. Thank you for your help. Oops. And sorry for looking down my nose at you all. Wasn't exactly gracious.
Hey.
Have you come here across Navia Highland? Alright. Then you must have met those ether-based organisms along the way. I speak of the common monsters composed entirely of ether. Those ether organisms have appeared all across Navia Highland recently, and in large numbers too. There must be at least 2 points they're spawning from, as their exact properties differ based on location. Anyway, I'm concerned. When these organisms gather, they create a strong ether field that attracts other monsters. If you haven't seen them spawn yourself, it's possible there is some prerequisite to it happening that we're not aware of. If you notice a flock of these organisms in your travels, I'd ask you to eliminate them with all haste. Thank you very much. Actually, it's my little brother who told me about this. He vowed to take matters into his own hands if the situation did not improve on its own. But as his sister, I prefer that he not put himself in harm's way. Sorry to trouble you all, but I hope you understand. This is for the common good. The greater good. Fortune be with you. No problem. Leave it to me. Trusting here upon Kino, and day will be saved.
Hey.
My little brother tells me that the ether organism situation is under control now. It's thanks to you, isn't it? Thank you. Well, it's no problem. It's fairly simple. Took a little while, but ooh, some new equipment. This irregular spawning incident is only one of the many unexplained phenomena we've encountered here on the shoulder. All of us living here have to keep our wits about us if we want to preserve our peace. Very suspicious of these guys.
Yes?
I know it's no business of mine to be asking outsiders, but would you consider assisting us with a hunt? Some of our people sustained injuries while out on the last one, leaving us somewhat short-staffed. Could you go into more detail? Go down from here in the direction of the lake and you'll arrive at Navia Highland. There you shall find some Machina X, who were able to lure them out with bait not long ago. To trouble you to defeat them and collect some X iron hearts for us? Once you've finished, be sure to lay some bait to the west of Levere Highland. They won't congregate if we don't coax them out, and our hunters could do with the assistance. X are quite partial to rainbow carrots. It would spare us a great deal of effort if you were to find some for us. Well, I noticed some of them already. Cool. Hope it's not too much trouble to ask this of you. Would greatly appreciate it if you could find the time. I mean, it's getting me equipment, so, no problem, leave it to me. But Mr. Shulk here will be finishing quick snap. Only because you got my back, Nene.
Yes?
So, you've returned with the X Iron Hearts, my thanks. These ought to revitalize our injured warriors. They may be hard to stomach, but their powerful medicinal properties are sure to expedite the healing process. And since you've laid out the bait, our next round of hunting should be relatively painless. I'm very much indebted to you this day. Thank you. No problem at all. Rudra. Okay, that seems to be it for the little side quest in that little area for now, so we're going to end this part here. In the next part, we'll get a few of these little things done, these quiet moments, because we've got one there, and then one on the way to where we're going. So we'll get those three. Like, I'm not going to wander off and get these. Not yet. It's that sort of like, we'll explore these places as part of the story, and we'll go there. It's like, otherwise I'll have to go there and cut that out, and I'm not doing that. So, we'll see you next part with this quiet moment. Ta-ta for now.